Hello. Right. Thanks for coming. What do you think about our culture here at Decorquip?
Inspirational, very, very much so. Genuine as well.
Yeah, there's a really warm feeling, not temperature-wise, but certainly a warm feeling amongst all the people that are in the building. They really care about themselves, about each other, and about what they're doing.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I'd say it's real. It doesn't feel forced. It genuinely feels as though people care about each other.
And I always love coming here. It's my fourth time, and you guys are inspiring. And, to me, it's just your culture comes alive. It shows really does. Love it.
Brilliant. Do you have any takeaways?
For me, I'm just going to add gratefuls to my morning meeting. So we already talk about values in our morning meeting, but Elaine and I, we're going to add gratefuls. So thank you for that as well.
Brilliant.
Yeah, very much the gratefuls. Love that. Love the proof in the pudding that routine and repeatability counts, matters, and makes things better. So yeah, for me, the takeaways for me are how you've embedded it and the visual backing for your culture around the whole shop floor.
I like the way that everybody was holding each other accountable, and it wasn't critical. You know, somebody comes up with an idea and they say, "Oh, I hadn't thought of that." And so often those ideas look so simple, but they're not simple when you're there in the thick of it and you can't see it. So I love that.
There's a load of takeaways. And my head right now is buzzing with everything that I've seen. But I think probably the biggest takeaway is people are capable of doing far more than you might think. And my own personal fear about pushing a boat out, that's the bit I've got to get over. Because actually the evidence here is that people respond to the challenge. Actually, it's not even a challenge. I asked one of the people there, who was new, and he came back with an answer which, to be honest, I thought, I think you're being a bit superficial. And less than 30 seconds later, you, James, pointed something out that they'd done, and it was like, the reason they seemed superficial is it was like, that was a dumb question to ask, Terry. It's just, duh, of course you would. And I hadn't really appreciated well, how dumb some of my questions might be, but actually just how much people want to do the best they can because they get something out of it. So, rambling answer, but
I like it. It's good.
It's a great advert for empowerment.
Oh,
Yeah.
completely.
Engagement and alignment, we talk about them all the time, but wow, engagement, alignment, improvement, just a fantastic example.
Yeah. And I said to Darryl upstairs, with the concept of a human business, which is what we're all about, this is as close as you can get. Where we are as a society, you're a little microcosm of what is possible if people come together and treat each other with dignity and respect. And the business benefits, that's a byproduct. But the people really benefit. And not only inside at work, but their families and all the people that they meet. So I love your mission in terms of growing people. I think that's what it is.
Good. How do you think we can improve?
That is a tough question. I think without playing the easy card, keep doing what you're doing comes to mind. But it's, it works. And the doors are open on it for it to be self-cleaning. Everyone's part of the improvement. Everyone's opinion matters. Everything is valid. Everything is genuine. So it might sound like the easy answer, keep doing what you do, but it is a genuine, continuous machine for doing exactly what you want it to do.
Yeah, you've got a really, really flat structure. It's definitely not hierarchical. And, there's no positioning of people. You just get the name, you don't get what their role is. And I really like that, and all of the team appreciated that they're all important. We haven't got this hierarchy of importance, they're all important. and that was just lovely to see. As Terry said, it's inspiring. It's, you know, how can we get more of that into the way that we run our business?
Yeah, definitely. With the humility and the human side of it, you ask how can we improve, but with that it will keep improving.
Sure.
And I can only say, because my mind's sort of buzzing with everything that's happened, there's a sense that maybe finding a way to recognise how far you've gone on the journey, because it's almost as if before you get involved in this process, you're like fish in water. That's just the environment I'm in. And now you're fishing another pool of water, and it's just the way things are. And so for me to jump into it, it feels so different that it's inspiring. And so I don't know whether there's still a need for your people to just recognise they are really special, you know, because they are really special. And unless they kind of have a mechanism for remembering the journey they've gone on and how special they are, then I think personally they're just missing the magic about what they've achieved and who they are.
I wanted to acknowledge that it came up in several questions of how does this affect your life, not your work, and the way you look at things, and we got really good answers.
Yeah.
And that ripple effect, when these team members are out there in the supermarket, in the pub, whatever it is they're doing, there's a ripple. The way they're acting is different from how they would have acted before this process. And I'm interested in how that ripple goes out through their communities, their family, their friends, and on and out. And finding a way of acknowledging that, where you're changing not just the culture in this building, but on this industrial estate, the way you interact with Greg's, for instance, you know, would be different from what other people are doing. And that would be a great thing to recognise, that there's a community benefit as well as the benefit inside the building and inside the business. I was really impressed with that.
So from me, you ask me this question every time, and so I deliberately gate-crashed your morning meeting, so thank you. So I've given you 3 bits of advice in terms of how to take your lean. And the bit I missed in the morning presentation is actually, if you can build a lean system, okay, then actually, and the level that we're talking about in terms of pitch and tack time and Junker, I've only ever done that twice in every country, 25, 30 years of doing lean. You guys are ready for that next level of really thinking about it, okay? So I've given that to you in terms of walking around today. The next one I think about, you've upped your game on your 3Sing. Thank you so much. I did say last time I was disappointed with the level of 3Sing, but that was the back of COVID and the changes taking place. What you've done out there in the last 3 months is just stunning. So keep going. Absolutely amazing in terms of doing that. So 2 other thoughts for you. The first one is, when you buy a machine, that's the worst condition it should ever be in. So there's still some opportunities to really think about some of the level of clean, and there's plenty of some machines, but also repairability and maintenance of machines. They should never break down. And my tour of Japan showed me that when we asked the Japanese company, what percentage do you have downtime on the machine? They didn't know the question. They didn't understand the question, and that's because actually they do all the preventative maintenance, they keep the machines. Okay, so that's the first one in terms of thoughts for you. And the last one is lead time. Okay, so you talked about your lead time being 10 days. If your lead time was 5 days, how much waste would you have to drive out of your business to achieve that? Question for you, but always inspiring. Thank you very much, mate.
Thank you.